Hey there! Ever wondered what are the most overhyped tourist spots in Japan? Today we're going to cut through the noise and give you a real look at some of Japan's much buzzed about destinations. We're going to count down the top 10 attractions that might not live up to their hype, so buckle up for an enlightening journey. Let's dive into it. Kicking off with number 10 on our list, the oh-so-famous theme cafes. At number 10 we have the theme cafes. These cafes are themed around various concepts like cuddly cats, popular Pokemon, flashy robots, or charming maids. But let's be real, the food is often as tasteless as a cardboard sandwich and overpriced. The animals in the cafes can often be visibly stressed, adding a note of discord to an otherwise cheery atmosphere. So while the novelty of sipping coffee in a room full of cats or robots might seem appealing, remember, it's not all purrs and giggles. These cafes have a ticketing system that can be quite annoying, especially for travelers trying to make the most of their time. While some might find the novelty of these experiences worth the hassle, many visitors conclude that these cafes are more hype than substance. Coming in at number 9 on our list is the Grand Osaka Castle. You may find yourself questioning why such a resplendent structure would land a spot here. The answer isn't quite related to the castle itself, but rather it's what lies within that's rather underwhelming. The interior plays host to a modern museum that could have been situated in just about any regular building. You would encounter similar experiences in a multitude of other museums scattered around Japan. But don't let this deter you from paying a visit. The true allure of Osaka Castle is encapsulated within its exterior. The intricate network of moats and stone barriers, the sporadic gates and turrets, it's truly awe-inspiring. A leisurely walk around the park encircling the main keep will leave you astounded by the sheer magnitude of all. So if a trip is on your agenda, prioritize spending your time exploring the outdoors. Earning the 8th spot on our list is Takeshita Street in Harajuku, Tokyo. Once a secret sanctuary for the trend-setting youth, the street has now transformed into a bustling tourist magnet, causing it to lose its authentic appeal. The once unique and captivating boutiques appear to have shifted their focus more towards appeasing tourists than locals. The fashion culture has been diluted, giving way to a more commercial appeal. To sum it up, Takeshita Street has seen a considerable decline in its original charm due to the influx of mass tourism. Therefore, if crowded streets filled with overpriced mementos and having to jostle through hordes of people isn't your cup of tea, you may want to reconsider your visit to this location. Landing at number 7, folks, we're rolling into Omoide Yokocho in Shinjuku, Tokyo. This slim strip of alleyway, once bubbling over with cute little pubs and grub hubs, was like stepping into Tokyo's Wayback Machine. But it seems like the good old times got photobombed by a horde of influencers and YouTubers hunting for their next million-like backdrop. What used to be a chilled-out hangout for locals to munch on some tasty yakitori and gulp down frosty beers now feels more like the set for the next trending vlog. The once authentic vibe has been swapped out for a soundtrack of canned laughter and camera shutters. It's a crying shame, but the real deal of hanging out with the locals and soaking up the daily life of Shinjuku has been given the boot. So if you're all about experiencing the raw, unfiltered Tokyo, the one that beats to the rhythm of its people, Omoide Yokocho might not be your ideal hotspot. Rolling in at number 6 on our tour to Japan is the blingiest of them all, Kinkaku-ji, or as the cool kids call it, the Golden Temple. Situated in Kyoto, this bad boy is absolutely dripping in gold leaf. Sounds like a no-brainer must-see, right? Well, not so fast. This golden wonder is, mind you, quite the hike from the other attractions in Kyoto. The trek might have you thinking, is all this gold worth my sweat? Once you arrive, there's not a ton to do, unless you're into taking selfies with a golden background or just sitting around gazing at shiny things. Don't get me wrong, it's a looker all right, but it's like a one-trick pony, you know? Snap a few pictures and you're left scratching your head. Well, what now? Sadly, apart from the golden glamour, there's not much else up for grabs in the hood. So, if you're trying to squeeze in as much as you can in Kyoto, and you're on the clock, you might want to hit the pass button on Kinkaku-ji. Instead, consider Kinkaku-ji, the Silver Pavilion. Who knows, it may not be as shiny, but it sure promises a richer, jingle-worthy experience. Coming up 5th, we've got the Gundam Factory in Yokohama. Now you might think it's an anime wonderland, but let me give you the lowdown, folks. The first thing that'll slap you in the face is the price tag if you also want to enjoy the dock tower. You'll need to dig deep into your pockets to hang out with these gigantic gizmos. And the food, oh boy, let's just say it's as exciting as watching paint dry. The meals are about as tasty as cardboard, hardly a match for the thrilling bots around you. When you're coughing up major dough, you'd expect more than just middling munchies, right? Honestly, unless you're a hardcore Gundam groupie, it might just turn out to be a pricey snooze fest. Bottom line, sometimes the buzz around a place can be like a smokescreen, hiding the real deal. Rolling in at number 4, we've got the much-adored Arashiyama Bamboo Grove in Kyoto. This place is too cool for school with its out-of-a-magazine beauty. But hold on to your cameras, folks. This bamboo jungle often turns into a tourist stampede, all elbowing for that killer Instagram snap. It's like trying to do yoga in a dance club. Not exactly the tranquil forest bath you had in mind, right? Apart from the grove, it's pretty much tumbleweeds around, which colors the journey a bit meh. However, if you still have your heart set on a bamboo walk without the jostling, there's always the Tsukiji temple. It's like the identical cousin of Arashiyama, but at a much quieter family gathering. So if you fancy a peaceful bamboo stroll, you might want to trade the Arashiyama frenzy for chill vibes at Tsukiji temple. Sliding into 3rd place, we've got the Imperial Palace in Tokyo. Smack dab in the heart of the bustling city, this place is a bit more look but don't touch than your average tourist spot. Despite its jaw-dropping grandeur, we're only allowed to peep at it from afar, kinda like a celebrity crush. The tree-covered island where the emperor chills is a big no-no for us regular folks. The areas you can actually poke around are the East Palace Gardens, which, let's be honest, aren't exactly the gold standard of Japanese gardens, unless it happens to be azalea or late-blooming cherry season. Kita no Maru Park, well, you might want to check it out during leaf and cherry blossom season, but only if you enjoy playing sardines with the masses. And those art museums hanging out on the fringes, well, their coolness meter goes up and down depending on what they're showing when you swing by. So, unless you're a mega fan of jam-packed parks and rotating art exhibits, the Imperial Palace might just be a thanks but no thanks on your list. Rolling in at number 2, we have the absolutely bonkers Shibuya Scramble crossing in Tokyo. Known as the world's busiest pedestrian crossing, it's become a must-see for tourists and a must-avoid for anyone who values personal space. Imagine being in a giant game of human pinball, with tourists elbowing each other, selfie sticks acting as surprise obstacles, and vloggers plotting their next viral sensation. All in the middle of a city that makes New York look like a quiet country town. Tranquil it ain't. What was once a symbol of Tokyo's go-go-go life has now become a mad dash for the most Instagram-worthy picture. But hey, if you're still gung-ho about joining the selfie Olympics, there are better spots to snap from. The observation deck at Shibuya Sky, in the shiny new Shibuya Scramble Square building, provides a killer view. Or you could try Mag's Park on top of the Magnet 109 building across the street. So, if you want a bit of peace and quiet, and still want that perfect pick, head to Shibuya Sky or Mag's Park. And now, drumroll please, we've made it to numero uno, the Tsukiji fish market in Tokyo. This place is a busy bee's paradise, teeming with life, fish and the famous tuna auction. It's like Disneyland, but for fish lovers. However, the star attraction, the tuna auction, plays hard to get. It's like that popular kid at school who everybody wants to hang out with, but only a select few actually can. The whole shebang happens between the unholy hours of 5:30 and 6:30 in the morning. And the cherry on top, you only get to peep at it for a measly 10 minutes. But here's the bummer. You gotta be one of the lucky ducks to score one of the 120 golden tickets available each day. And the viewing, it's like watching a concert from the nosebleed seats through a glass barrier. To add insult to injury, the market's been relocated to a new high-rise, and spoiler alert, it doesn't have the old world charm. It's like swapping your grandma's delicious home cooking for a TV dinner. So, while it may sound like a sushi lover's dream come true, the Tsukiji fish market is known to leave tourists feeling like they've been sold a fishy deal. Well folks, that's a wrap. We've just given you the not-so-awesome rundown of the top 10 most overhyped tourist spots in Japan. We navigated through the manic theme cafes, squeezed our way through the packed streets of Takeshita, and busted the myth of Kinkaku-ji's golden charm. We've thrown ourselves into the tourist traps and overblown locations just for you. But hey, don't let us rain on your travel parade. This is all about giving you the real deal, so you can plan one epic, hassle-free trip. And remember, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So buckle up, hit the road and get ready to create your own unique lost in translation moments in Japan. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel.